Good morning, everyone. Welcome out to Carshield Field for today's action at the GAC Baseball Classic. We got a good lineup for you today, starting off here this morning with the Fort Zumwalt South Bulldogs and the Fort Zumwalt North Panthers. Following that, we got the St. Charles West Warriors versus the Orchard Farm Eagles. And then our GAC game of the week, the Francis Howe Central Spartans versus the Francis Howe Vikings. So it's going to be a good day at the ballpark, and we're looking forward to it. As you can see here, the umpires are getting everything set, and we're going to get ready for some baseball. To start off, we're going to start with the lineups for the Fort Zumwalt Bulldogs. Leading off, number 21, Jackson Tankersley. Pitching today, number 23, Carter Cox in the 2-hole. Catching, Connor Mendel, number 18. Number 8 in the 4-hole. Give me just a second, folks. Evan Fullhorst. And number 6 is Connor Hankey. Number 2, playing second base, is Holden Carl. Number 3, playing left field, Sam Ailes. And number 20, Gavin Riedel, playing right field. Number 10 is Carter Adkins playing shortstop. And we got we'll get the setup here for playing the field here. we're a little on the mound is Mason Stahl for the Zumwalt North Panthers. Behind the plate is Landon Siri, and that is our battery for today. We'll get you going on the rest of the lineup as we go here, folks. All right, we're close to first pitch here. Number 21, Jackson Tankersley, looks in to get time from the blue, and here we go. First pitch is smashed into left field for a leadoff single by Tankersley. Brings up the pitcher, Carter Cox, lefty. Stahl finds himself in some early trouble from the stretch. A throw over. Quick tag, and he's safe. Beautiful morning here. Little breeze blowing in from left field, and the bunt attempt is bunted foul by Cox. Sun getting up in the sky. Going to be a nice warm day today. I think the high is what? 66 degrees today. I think going to be a beautiful day for baseball. Connor Mendel on the in the on-deck circle. Next pitch is a ball, so it's 1-1 to Cox. Coach Friedel giving the signs out there to see if he gets that bunt again in. Trying to move that runner. Yep, squares to bunt. Ball 2. Stahl is struggling here to find the strike zone. Little pressure putting on the defense here by South. He squares to bunt again. Ball is high. That's only 3. Yeah, he thought it was ball 4, but it's not. It's 3 balls and 1 strike. But it's 3-1 still. It's just 3-1. Cox steps in. And he bunts that one foul. Got in on him there. He's been away. So now we're 3-2. Got the crowd filing in a little bit here. Dugout's noisy from the south side. And a swing and a foul back out of play. And we're going to do 3-2 again. So Stahl's thrown a lot of pitches here to start this inning. And a swing and a fly ball. Is it going to get over the right? And the left fielder makes the catch. Nice play out there by Jose Linneman. Joe Linneman, excuse me. I think that's what that is. Joe, thanks. I got the PA announcer up here helping me out too, so that's good. Some of that's tough to see. Mendel steps in. We got one out. Tankersley back safely. We'll get some stats here up here shortly as well, folks. And a ball. 1-0 to Mendel. Fouled straight back, 1-1. Stahl gets a stretch. Strike two. Good pitch. Challenged him with that fastball. Tankersley was running. Ball is fouled back, out of play. 1-2. On this young season, Mendel is hitting .382 with an on-base percentage of .512, and he's slugging .618 with 11 RBIs. So we're going to have to see if he can get this runner over. That ball is out. 2-2. Good take. Good take by Mendel. Stahl from the stretch. Tankersley going, and that ball shot into right field and tailing foul out of play. He hit that a long way. Got to straighten that out. So we're coming back. Mendel's got some pop in that bat. As I said, he's slugging .618. He's got 2 doubles and 2 home runs. So he's capable of hitting this ball out of the park. Tankersley gets his lead. Stahl steps off. And Tankersley takes the bag. I don't know where I'm going to put it. That ball's up. That's a heck of an at-bat by Mendel. Getting the walk after being down 1-2. Evan Fullhorse steps in. We got first and second with 1 out. Takes strike 1. Fullhorse hitting .405 on the season, 10 RBIs. He scored 13 runs and has 4 doubles and a home run. Swings, and that's fouled back. They're giving it a chase, but it's in the seats here at Carshield Field. So we got a 1-1 count to Fullhorse. As we saw here, we're going to grab that interview with Coach Friedel between innings, and he talked to us, and so we'll catch up with Coach Friedel after this top half of the first inning. And he reached down for that one. Fullhorse pokes that into right field. Right fielder makes the catch. No tag, and there's 2 outs. Connor Hankey strides up to the plate. Connor Hankey hitting .273, 12 RBIs. He's got 1 double. Takes ball 1. Two on, 2 out. Stahl trying to pitch out of this trouble here. And a ground ball gets past the diving second baseman. We have Tankersley coming around to score on the RBI single from Connor Hankey, and the Bulldogs take a 1-0 lead. So Coach Siebert is had a little question on a number here with the batting order. So we're getting this situation squared away here. So now Holden Carl steps in, and a quick throw over to the first base. Oh, a little deke by the first baseman. A little gamesmanship over there. That's nice. I like that. And a bow shot down the first baseline, just foul. Holden hitting .258, 5 RBIs, 2 doubles on this season. And we have an 0-1 count, first and third, 2 outs. Stahl not out of trouble yet. Throwing a lot of pitches here in this first inning. And a ground ball slowly to the shortstop. He comes up firing, and it's offline. The ball gets away from the first baseman. Carl goes into second base on the throwing error, and a run scores. 2-0 Bulldogs. So an error on the shortstop plates another run for the Bulldogs. And coach is out to talk to his hurler. See if they can get out of this inning with a 2-0 deficit. All right, coach is headed back to the dugout. Stoll here trying to get out of this. Second and third, 2 outs. Sam Ailes up to bat. I hope I'm not butchering that young man's name. That ball's in. Ball 1. Couple of hits, a base on ball, and an error has led to 2 runs for the Bulldogs in this top half of the first inning. Stahl pitching from the windup. And a check swing gets over the pitcher's head, and it's going to be a tough play by the shortstop. Comes up, nice throw, and gets Ailes on a close play at first base, and we're going to the bottom half of the first inning with the score 2-0. Lauren, let's key up Coach Friedel.
Rolling.
Hey, guys, we're out here. GAC Baseball Classic, today's first matchup, the Fort Zumwalt South Bulldogs against the Fort Zumwalt North Panthers, and I have Coach Friedel with us. Coach, you're off to a fast start. What's been the keys to that?
We've been playing pretty well, winning a lot of really close games. Pitching is our strength. We're not real dynamic in any other area, but our pitching's been real good. Our 1 and 2 are real strong, and we have good depth in the pitching staff. So that's really been the key. We just kind of hang around and try to put one big inning together and win by a run or 2.
Grind it out, right?
Yeah, that's what we've been doing.
So who are the kids on the offensive side that have been key to helping you guys pull off these wins?
Connor Mendel, our catcher, real good defensively. He's our 3-hitter. High up there in RBIs, good to average, good on-base percentage, kind of in the middle of the order for us. Full Horse is our 4-hitter. He leads in RBIs, got a little bit of power, a couple home runs and some doubles. And then everybody just kind of contributes. We can be a little dangerous 1 through 9. I mean, we're all capable of having a good offensive game, so we just kind of been putting enough together to get some wins.
Coach Friedel, thanks for your time, sir.
Appreciate it.
Good luck today.
Thank you.
We appreciate Coach Friedel for taking the time to talk with us this morning. We're gonna have we'll catch up with Coach Siebert after the bottom half of this inning. Carter Cox, young lefty, junior, has been really good this season so far for Zumwalt South. But let's get Zumwalt North's lineup here. Leading off is number 12, Joey Linneman. Number 13, Austin Bauer is the DH. Number 17, Bryce Creighton in the third hole. So let's get to Joey here. In the 4 hole, number 25, Colin Clubb. Cox deals. That's low for ball 1. In the 5th hole, Josh Whiteside. Number 9, number 2, Mason Stahl. Number 4, Landon Seary, as Cox gets his sign and deals. That ball's out. In the 8 hole, number 15, Nolan Bohannon. And in the 9 hole, number 3, Cameron Huddleston. Cox goes 3-0 to the leadoff hitter, Linneman. Ball 4, 4-pitch walk. I think that's one of the things with Cox that you have to kind of watch. He can put a lot of guys on, but his ball moves. He's got great tail on, as you can see on his fastball. If he gets going, gets on a roll, it's going to be a tough day for the Panthers. Number 13 now, squares to bunt, drops down the bunt. Cox plays it, throws to first. for the first out. Sacrifice bunt. So Bryce Creighton hitting .278 on the young season. He's got 7 RBIs. That ball is up. Linneman at second base in scoring position. Got a little crowd here today, folks, early in this morning. 1-1. And a throw, snap throw by oh, and he got him. Mendel, snap throw to second base. What a play. Picked him off second base on a back. Wow. I wish I had instant replay. Man, heck of a play, Connor Mendel. Ball fouled back. I believe we have a 2-2 count. I was correct. Thank you, Blue. 2-2 to Creighton. Little low. 3-2. Ball fouled straight back. Out of play. Creighton hanging in there. Oh, and a curveball just freezes Creighton for strike 3. We go to the top half of the second inning, and the Bulldogs lead 2-0. We're going to go right now to talk with Coach Steve Siebert from Fort Zumwalt North. Guys, we're here with Coach Steve Siebert, Fort Zumwalt North Panthers. Coach, Baseball Classic, foe here. Tell us a little bit about your season so far.
So far we've been kind of up and down. We look great one day, and next day not so great. So trying to see what we got still, really. We got a lot of young boys this year, sophomores on the team. So kind of trying to see where everybody fits in. Changing things a lot, which is kind of unusual at this point in the season, but a lot of different stuff to look at. So, trying to build some consistency, I guess.
There you go. Absolutely. So and I heard you guys lost Tanner Paschke for the season, right? So how are you feeling that role, and who are the guys you're looking for to step in?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. We got to have some guys step up. We got Camden Lohman's been throwing well for us, but again, he's young. Kind of learns something more. Gets a little better every time he has an outing. We had Bryce Creighton, who's kind of stepped in that role, kind of unexpectedly. It's because he has real good control. He knows what he's doing with the baseball, pounds the strike zone, so it's been giving us a chance. So, like I said, we're still having kids step up at this point, so we're kind of trying to see what we got.
Conference game today. Good luck to you, Coach.
Yeah, thanks.
Coach Steve Siebert, Fort Zumwalt North Panthers, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach. Well, Cox gets out of the trouble, and we lead off here with number 20, Gavin Rydell. And, wow, what a play by Connor Mendel in that top half or bottom half of the second inning or first inning. And a single lace. It's going to get past, splits the center fielder and the left fielder to the wall. And it looks like Rydell may be struggling a little bit there. I don't know if he was faking that one or what, but we got time on the field. So a leadoff double for Gavin Rydell.
Next up for the Bulldogs, shortstop number 10, Carter Adkins.
Carter Atkins steps into the batter's box now. Stahl, who has been struggling here as this game has started. Squares the bunt, takes strike one. Adkins fouls the bunt back. Now we're 0-2. Adkins hitting .222 on the season. Couple RBIs, a double. And this is what Coach Friedel had talked about. So they got guys that can hit, but it's been a little bit of a struggle. Their pitching has been really good. Squares the bunt again on 0-2 and gets one down. The pitcher, Stahl, makes an outstanding play to get Carter Adkins, but moves the runner to third base, so he gets the job done. Productive out there for Adkins on the sac bunt.
Next up for South, third baseman number 21, Jackson Tankersley.
So we got one out, and we're back at the top of the order with Jackson Tankersley, who singled and scored in the first inning. Rydell at third base. Cox on deck. Stahl, ball one. Ball's outside, 2-0. And a single into left center. Left fielder fields it. And Tankersley has a one-out RBI single. So the pitcher, Carter Cox, he can help himself out a little bit more here. He flew out to, that's a balk. Tankersley gets second base on the balk. Stahl really struggling. No action in the bullpen for the Panthers. Curveball, strike one. Another curveball for strike two. Carter 0-2 now. Runner at second. One out. Mendel on deck. Fastball up and away for ball one. 1-2. And that's a foul ball off the shin bone. And a swing and a throw down. And the out on the strikeout. Swinging by Carter Cox. for out number 2.
Next up for South, catcher number 18, Connor Mendel.
Mendel steps into the box. He walked and scored in the first inning. He's got a runner at second base. Takes a curveball. Strike 1. Stahl has been able to get that curveball over the plate in this second inning. Another curveball is fouled out of play down the right field line. I'll tell you, that ball is really jumping off the bat of Mendel. He's got a good swing, and that ball gets off the bat. Another curveball. Take for ball 1. Tankersley out at second base. 1 run in. It's 3-0. Mendel takes time. A few more fans still filing in here. We're getting a pretty good crowd out here at the ballpark. I really like it. On a Tuesday morning. And a foul off the shin bone. Or maybe the hip this time. It was one of them. That's what I saw. It was in the box. So it's a foul ball. The box is foul territory. That is correct, Lauren. My crack staff over there. And a changeup gets Mendel swinging through to end the inning. So Stahl gives up another run but gets out of that with a strikeout. And the score now, 3-0 going into the bottom half of the second inning, Bulldogs. Folks, Carter Cox on this season so far has started 4 games. He has 1 complete game. He's 1-0 with a 2.67 ERA. He's given up 4 doubles, 1 home run in 18 and 2/3 innings pitched. So he's been pretty good out here, folks, on the mound, and he's off to a pretty good start here against North. So, of course, we're waiting on the catcher here to get geared back up. Blues getting this thing going here. We got 2 pitches left. But Cox, a junior, has been pitching very well. We saw him a little bit in the PBR event with Kevin Moulder out at the Sports Barn, and he looked really good out there. He's looked good here. He's not walking as many guys is what it looks like to me. And I think last year he walked probably a few too many. His whip is 1.42. He's got 37 Ks on the season and 10 walks, so that's a pretty good ratio. So the 4-hitter Colin Clubb steps in. Colin Clubb is hitting .229 on the season, 4 RBIs, and he gets hit on the backside and takes the base. So an HBP gets Colin Clubb on first base. Josh Whiteside comes in. He's playing center field today. Whiteside hitting .207. And that looks like that's where Zumwalt North's issues have been, is on the offensive side. Not being able to score enough runs. Pitching's been pretty good so far that we've seen. I mean, Stahl's pitched out of some trouble. Foul ball, 1-1. Whiteside takes ball 2. 2-1. Cox hit that first batter with the first pitch, so let's see if he can settle down here and get back to throwing those strikes. And a bunt popped up. Tankersley makes the catch coming in from third base, and 1 out.
Next up for the Panthers, pitcher number 2, Mason Stahl.
Mason Stahl, the pitcher now, in to hit. He's hitting .200, .333 on base. He's got 3 RBIs, and he swings and misses at the first pitch in the dirt. 4, strike 1. Cox looks in. Nasty pitch in the dirt. Didn't get the swing he wanted. 1-1. Stahl trying to move that runner. Fastball up. Had a little juice on it. As the old saying goes, a little mustard on the hot dog. But it's a ball. Ball low. We got a 3-1 count here, folks, to Stahl. Cox taking a second here, gathering himself before this 3-1 pitch. Stahl squares the bunt, takes a strike on the inside corner. 3-2, full count. One out. He doesn't chase. Ball up and away and takes the walk. So we got 2 on here on a couple of free passes, a hit by pitch and a base on balls. We got 1 out. And number 4, Landon Series steps in. Landon has been hit. He's hitting .240 on the season, .387 on base, a .400 slugging. He's got 3 RBIs, a home run, and a double. So he's got a little pop in that bat. 2 on here. Curveball for a strike. Cox looking to pitch out of this trouble that he's pitched himself into. A ball gets away from Mendel, and the runners move up. I think there might have been a little cross-up here. I don't know that Mendel was looking for that fastball, and that ball just got away from him. So on the pass ball, the runners both move up 90 feet. We're at second and third with one out. Got a 1-1 count. Curveball misses in and low. Ball 2. Carter Cox laboring a little bit here. Little life in the Panthers dugout there. And another ball gets away from Mendel on the inner half, and a run scores. On another pass ball. Three and one the count. Cox strike 3-2. So he's gone 3-2 on the last two batters. Stahl drew the walk. Let's see what Siri's able to do. And he drives the ball into deep right center field. Center fielder's back, makes the catch, but it's deep enough and going to stall from third. So sac fly by Siri gets the other run in. And an RBI. So it's 2 outs. The bases are clear. It's 3-2 now. And Nolan Bohannon steps in. Bohannon is struggling at the plate on this season. Takes a curveball for a strike. Number 15, the third baseman. Takes another curveball away. 1-1. That was a nice job right there, getting a couple runs. They got a run on a couple pass balls, but the sac fly. Siri doing a job there. Hit it deep. Ball is up. 2-1. So what you do when you're struggling is try and scratch runs as best you can. Takes strike 2. 2-2. Cox has got a good mid to upper 80s fastball. And a curveball for strike 3. He swings through. So Cox gives up a couple runs, and we've got a score now of 3-2 going into the top half of the third inning. We're going to take a look at some numbers from Mason Stahl here. Pitching on the season. He's pitched in 2 games. He's 1-1. And looks like this is his first start. He's only gone 2.3 innings, so he's his first start. And he's had some tough luck in those 2 2/3 innings. He's got 1 win and 1 loss. So his start here and a throw down. We're going to get going to the top half of the third inning. Leading off for the Bulldogs is number 8, Evan Fullhorst. Fullhorst flew out to the right fielder in the first inning. And takes a ball. Fullhorst has struck out 13 times, got 10 stolen bases, and takes strike 1. So 1-1. He's got 7 base on balls and takes ball 2. That ball was up in his eyes and draws the walk. So we've had runners on base in every inning so far. And this is the third time that the Bulldogs have had their leadoff runner on, or leadoff hitter, on base. Hankey, who singled in the first inning and was left at third base in that inning, is now up, and we got a quick throw over to first, and he's back safely. Stall from the stretch and a throw over quick. Nice quick tag by the first baseman, but he's in safe. Nice quick tag. So let's see what Hankey's got here. And another quick throw. So that right there, folks, now in the major leagues, he would get the base. That hasn't trickled down to high school yet. And a runner goes, and a bobble on the throw and no chance. So a stolen base for Fullhorst. That ball was up. That was a tough ball to handle for the catcher, Siri. One and 0, and a swing and a foul back to the right for Hankey. 1-1. Getting a thicker crowd out here at Carshield Field. Bulldog fans filing in. Got North fans filing in. Kind of right in the middle here. And another foul back out of play because South is right up the road past 70 on the south side of 70, and Fort Zumwalt North is just down the road here on Tom Ginevra. That's a quick drive. That would be a bummer, wouldn't it? Have to go back to school. And a curveball hangs, and a shot to center field. Center fielder grabs it, and no go. And a line out to the center fielder for out number 1 by Hankey. He hit it hard, but right at him.
Next up for South, second baseman number 2, Holden Carl.
Holden Carl reached on an error in the first inning. He's got a runner at second. Let's see if he can get him in. That ball in the dirt. Number 3, Sam Ale. I don't know if that's Aulis or Ailes. Aulis. I would say it may be Aulis. I'm sure we're butchering that one. Those are the tough ones. I don't think it's Al's, could be. And I don't mean to be, I'm just trying to get it right. So throwback to on a pick play, back safely. Carl takes the pitch for a strike. Nice curveball by Stahl. He's kind of settled down here, starting to get that curveball over for a strike. and that's helped him in these innings. He's battling. Oh, and a stolen base again by Fullhorst as the ball gets away from the catcher, Siri. So we got a runner at third, one out. It's a good opportunity here for a sac fly. Just a hit to the right side to get that run in. Oh, and the ball gets away from the catcher. There it is, 3-1 now. As Fullhorst scores from third on the pass ball. Or a wild pitch. I'd say that's probably a wild pitch. That's what I would score that. A WP. Take strike two on the corner. 3-2 now. To Carl. See if he can keep this inning going here. And a swing and a miss for strike three. So Carl goes down on strikes.
Next up for the Bulldogs, left fielder number 3, Sam Allis.
I'm going to go with that. Sam Allis. We're going to go with the PA announcer. Those guys are usually right. And we take strike one. Sam Allis, he grounded out to the shortstop in the first inning. Takes ball one. We got 1-1. Curveball up. 2-1. Strike two on the outside corner. Good pitch by Stahl. He is settling down here. Although he's thrown quite a few pitches, he's finding a little bit of a rhythm. And a fastball, a little flare over the third baseman's head, but foul. So Allis comes back to the box. And we'll do 2-2 again. And a ground ball. Second baseman. Nice play there. And the third out. That ends the inning. And so Fort Zumwalt South scratches one more, and they have the lead 4-2 going into the bottom half of the third inning. All right, folks. Cox finishes his warm-up pitches, and we have leading off Cameron Huddleston, his first at bat in the third inning here.
Leading off for the Panthers, second baseman number 3, Cameron Huddleston.
So Cox found a little trouble with a hit by pitch and a walk in the second inning, and he gets a first pitch strike right here. I bet he couldn't do that. I'd give you $10 if he could hit that pole again like that. Strike two on the corner. Yeah, right? Curveball. Line drive. Snagged by Tankersley out of the air. Nice play by the third baseman for the first out of the inning.
Next up for North, left fielder number 12, Joey Linneman.
Linneman at his first at bat walked and then got picked off by a great play by Mendel at second base after he stole second. Or after the sacrifice bunt, got him to second base. He gets back picked. Fastball, strike one. That fastball has good run away from the right-handed hitter. And a curveball for strike two. If Cox gets that curveball working in the strike zone, it's going to be tough. Fastball, fouled away. Mendel almost hung on to that. That was a tough one. 1-2. Gets a sign. Curveball in the dirt. 2-2. Curveball low for 3-2. That's a close pitch. That's a tough pitch to take with 2 strikes. Wow. Tough pitch to take. Cox takes a deep breath and delivers. Fastball outside for a ball, and he walks Linneman for the second time. One out, and the DH, Austin Bauer, comes up. He's the one that had the sac bunt that got Linneman over to second base. So let's see if Coach puts that sac bunt on again. It's one out. Let Bauer swing away here. Curveball, strike one. Bauer's hitting .556. He's only had 10 plate appearances, and a swing and a ground ball slowly to the second baseman. He goes and gets the short one, gets the lead runner. A little too slow of a bounce, though, to get that double play. Nice play by the second baseman, and we got 2 outs.
Now batting for North, right fielder number 17, Bryce Creighton.
So here's Creighton in his second at bat. He struck out looking the first time up. 2 outs. Cox deals, fastball, strike. One and one. Ooh, that's a tough pitch. That ball ran in on him. As that fastball runs away, boy, that I don't know what that was, but boy, that had run on the inside. And a ball up. 3-1 now to Creighton. Cox may need to slow down here just a little bit. He does. Takes his time. Takes a breath. Runner at first. 2 outs. 3-1. Fastball. Ball 4. So the trouble that Cox has been in has been from the walk. He's had a hit by pitch. So Club here was hit by pitch in the last inning. And we got 2 on and 2 out. So let's see if Cox can settle down here and get himself out of this. Fastball fouled down the left field line and out of play. On deck, Josh Whiteside. That ball is outside. 1-1. The Panthers looking for a big hit here that will get them closer in this inning. 2 outs, couple of walks. Little change up there, fouled straight back, strike 2. So Cox ahead here, 1-2. Let's see what he can do to finish this off. And let's see if Mr. Clubb fouls that straight back again. So he's taking some good hacks here. He's taking some good hacks, so here we go. It's a good battle. Cox challenging, Clubb swinging. This is what it's all about right here. It's baseball. Fastball up in the zone, gets Clubb swinging, and Cox pitches himself out of the trouble. So we go to the top half of the 4th inning, folks, and we've got a 4-2 ball game, Bulldogs. All right, folks, we've got Mr. Jason Smith from Troy Buchanan High School, who is the guy who put all this together.
Yeah. How you doing, Brian? Thanks for having me.
Good. Mr. Smith, thanks for coming up in the booth and sitting down chatting with us. We got a good one here so far, don't we?
Yes, we do. We should be a good day for baseball. Great weather, some great matchups, and really appreciate you guys being out here to cover this.
We appreciate doing it. I mean, look at this. This is as good as it gets, right?
Yes, it is.
This beats working.
Absolutely.
Number 20 here, Gavin Riddle pops up to the right fielder, makes the catch for the first out of the inning. So, Jason, what does it take to put on an event like this?
Well, just a little bit of coordination between the team, schools. Obviously, David Schmoll from the Hoots here at Carshield Field has been a great partner for us this year. We came in a little bit late to this facility as we normally host this at Lindenwood. We're coming back here to Carshield, previously T.R. Hughes, and we'd been out here for a few years before going to Lindenwood to their turf field. And now with Carshield coming back in with the turf and just scheduling conflicts with Lindenwood, it was just the perfect storm. except for the fact that we're playing all these games in the morning and early afternoon because the field was already booked by the time we got to David. But he let us come in this early morning games and get 3 games on each day on Tuesday and Wednesday. And in the future, looking to continue to come here to Carshield and get a little bit more favorable time as we get it booked a little bit earlier.
Yeah, and it is tough. I mean, honestly, we got a pretty good crowd here this morning, don't we?
Yeah, we do. It's a decent crowd, and I think that will continue to bring more people in as the day progresses here, especially in that finale at 2 o'clock where we have Howell versus Howell Central. I think we'll have a pretty nice crowd in here.
Yeah, that GAC game of the week. And, you know, this is as Carter Atkins takes a ball forward and gets the walk here. We got the top of the lineup, Jackson Tankersley, coming up. Jackson, he is singled both times and got an RBI, so let's see if they can do some damage here. But to me, this is great because we're able to – I'm sure there's some folks maybe got it on their phone at work, you know, watching their kids play. And that's the part that's fun for us is we get an opportunity to share this. And so, you know, the folks working can get an opportunity, if even just listening. You know, it's kind of nice.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I said. You know, I really appreciate you being here and bringing this to our fans and those that can't get off work today. I was just on your broadcast just a few minutes ago, and what a great setup you have, and what a great job you and your staff do with this.
Oh, hit by pitch right in the middle of the back. We got that's a tough one to take. You like those, right? That shot in the back.
Yeah, I usually try to get away from those, but a lot of these guys today, they don't mind standing right in there and taking that.
Well, the thing that we like about this, the relationship, and we've been working with this with Scott Harris for a while with the GAC, is it's such good baseball. The GAC is a really strong conference from the north to the central to the south with all the different classifications. You're going to see a good baseball game week in and week out, aren't you?
Absolutely. We have some of the best baseball in the state, if not the best baseball conference in the state of Missouri.
I would agree. We got Carter Cox now trying to help himself. He's got 1 out. Runners at first and second. And Cox has pitched very well today. He's got some walks. Kind of pitched himself into some trouble. He's pitched out of it as well.
Yes, he has.
And a foul ball, it looks like it's going to get out. That's a good hustle, young man. Way to run after that all the way to the fence. Jason, you guys got new turf out at your place now, don't you?
We did. We got that installed over the winter, and just in time for our third day of practice, and so our guys are really excited to get on that, and especially in the spring here when the weather is just so unpredictable. It's been a lifesaver for us. And
the pitch, that ball's in the dirt. We're excited because this Friday.
Yes.
Friday night lights. We're going to be under the lights.
6:30, take on North Point. And so, yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun playing the game of the week under the lights.
And, you know, that's the thing. There's very few lights for baseball in high school, and you guys are one of the few. We did a Friday Night Lights last week, but it was at a 4:15 start.
Yeah, it's really crazy to think that our schools in St. Charles County and surrounding that just was not something that was a priority. And I think us being kind of out in the country and everybody in Northeast Missouri, everybody has lights, and so to come down here in some of these larger schools that don't have lights on their baseball, softball complexes it's a lot of people kind of question that, especially from our area. And how could you have a
ground ball through the middle? Sorry there, Jason.
That's all right.
Ground ball past second baseman. That's going to score the run, and the ball's cut off. Atkins scores on the single, the RBI single from Carter Cox, helping himself out. And Jackson Tankersley moves all the way to third base. So Carter Cox doing a little damage for himself here and gets the scoring going in this inning. Now it's 5-2. Sorry, Jason, didn't mean to cut you off there.
No problem at all. It's just like I said, we're used to it out there. Having the lights a couple years ago, we played in the sectional round, quarterfinal round in softball, and we were out at Howell Central in a tie game, and ended up having to come back the next day for an inning. And that was a hard sell to our community with, just that expectation of, what do you mean you couldn't finish the game?
That is tough, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh, just one inning.
One inning. Yeah.
Oh, man. Connor Mendel stepping in. He's got a base on ball, struck out. He's got a first and third, one out here, and could really break this game open for the Bulldogs. Stahl trying to keep himself in this game. Takes a strike on the inner half. It's 1-1. So, Jason, when you're talking now this year, the GAC Classic, you did this based just on conference play. And normally it may not just be that, and because last year I know there was Sullivan, was it Oak Grove had came. Is that going to be something in the future, or are you still going to kind of work this?
Yeah, no, this is something new. We usually have it on a Friday and Saturday, and it really, we called it the GAC Baseball Classic, but it really wasn't. We had GAC schools playing, but we had other schools. Like you said, we played Oak Grove in a doubleheader, and had Sullivan in it, and Parkway North had been in it, and in previous years, and so we decided that with our conference and the way it's set up, if we could do this on a Tuesday, Wednesday, with our regular scheduled conference games, then more of our conference schools could play in it, and we could stay on our pitching rotation and have our guys throwing these Tuesday, Wednesday games. And I think it really went over well with our coaches, and I think it's going to be a great way to go from here and into the future.
Evan Fullhorst is up to bat. Connor Mendel struck out, but on the stolen base, Tankersley comes in to score, and so we have a 6-2 lead. Takes a strike, so there's a lot of action happening here. I like this myself, Jason. I really enjoy this setup because it is truly a GAC Classic. And like you said, seeing the bigger – we get to see Carter Cox today, who I hadn't seen yet. And, we're going to see St. Charles West and Orchard Farm. We saw St. Charles West the other night, and we're going to get to see – oh, that ball's fouled out. But we're going to get to see Brennan Goring today, or Gehring from St. Charles West. I'm not quite sure who's on the mound for Orchard Farm yet, but I'm looking forward to that matchup and seeing Brennan Goring. He's a really talented young man.
Yeah, no, it's really exciting. That's what, when we're talking to David about bringing these games over here, we talked about the caliber of baseball we had in the conference, and then just the pitching. I know Lane Harris is going for Howell Central. I'm assuming that Shipley is throwing for Howell tonight, but I'm not sure. Maybe you know that.
I'm going to tell you right now. So because Coach Perkins, he's always in there. That ball is smashed past the diving third baseman. That's going to score the pinch runner all the way from second base, and he bobbled. Gave Fullhorse an opportunity to get into second base. So on the single and the advance, we got a 7-2 ball game now. South is starting to flex their muscle a little bit. No, I was wrong. I didn't see what that young man's number was. That's okay. No, I don't have that yet with Coach P. It'll probably be out there, but it's either, I think, going to be Shipley or but I think he's been throwing Naputi on Wednesdays.
I think that has been what he has done here recently. I know we played them last week, and Shipley pitched on Tuesday and Naputi on Wednesday.
You got a very good win.
Yeah, we
on that Tuesday.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. That was the biggest win of our season for sure, and we just got on them early and came out swinging the bats and just didn't let up.
Coach Rogers been working hard with that club, and I know last year you had some kids and wasn't quite there, but it's starting to pick up. I like Coach Rogers' attitude. Whenever I talk to him, he's a heck of a nice guy.
Yeah.
For one, I like him that personally, and you see him working to build that program, correct?
Absolutely. From the ground up and through the youth and within our program, freshman group is really having a nice season in JV as well, and Justin's putting his stamp on the program, and he's doing a nice job.
And I didn't know when we talked this last time he'd come out from Winfield, and he was coaching there when at Winfield when my son was playing at East. And a ground ball to shortstop, and that ends the inning. Connor Hankey grounds out to the shortstop, and we go to the bottom half of the fourth inning with the score now 7-2 Bulldogs. That was interesting. So I don't remember. I know some of these guys stay pretty close within in these ranks, and some of these coaches coming from the smaller programs coming into the bigger programs. That's got to be a little bit of, for lack of a better way to put it, a culture shock in coming from that small of a program into a Class 6 program.
Yeah, I think it can be. Justin actually came over a couple years before taking over the head coaching position and worked under Coach Elmendorf for a couple years. So he was he had a little experience within our program and kind of knew how things work. But yeah, I think it can. It's again, you're in the GAC. Obviously, when you look at it, your larger schools are maybe a step above, especially going from north to south. But it's good baseball all the way through.
Absolutely. And, we're Coach Stokes down there. I think it's up.
It's up, yeah.
In Winfield, they're off to a pretty good start in the north there. So I'm looking forward to seeing them tomorrow. I believe it is against St. Charles. And in that opening day game tomorrow. So getting to see those programs, that's one of the things I like about the GAC Baseball Classic, is, we have our game of the week. We've added some other games with the Friday Night Lights, but this here, we get to see some teams from the north that we may not have seen, and some players. I'm looking forward to seeing Maddox Meyer over at St. Charles with the Pirates. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun. In the leading off here, number 9, Josh Whiteside. Cox has pitched pretty well. He's pitched, walked some guys, hit a batter, and struggled that way, but he's pitched himself out of that trouble as well. So let's see if he can settle in, get a 1-2-3 for his Bulldogs here, get him back in. That's strike one. Nasty curveball gets Whiteside swinging. Yes, he did. Strike two. I want to go back, Jason, to this turf. You see the soccer, lines, and I know they play soccer out here. The ball's in the dirt. The focus of, as we've talked about this a lot, we'd love to see more turf. I'd love to see turf at some of the Zumwalt and Francis Howe schools and stuff. I know, but it can be costly too up front, right?
Absolutely. What people don't realize is there is more area here on a baseball field than there is your football field. So when people ask about cost, it is a little bit more expensive than that football field. And obviously with baseball, with football, you're doing your lacrosse in some of our schools and soccer and baseball and softball on the baseball field. So it does double for you for most schools that are playing those sports on multiple sports on the one field.
Cox walks the lead off. This is the only trouble he's really found himself in, is when he's put guys on base. Throws that ball in the dirt for ball one. Whiteside on with a walk. Mason Stahl now.
Yeah, I think actually we're out of here at 5:30 tonight, and I think it's for our soccer club coming in. That's going
Right.
to practice tonight.
And that ball gets away from Mendel. Wild pitch.
I think we're going to see a lot more turf baseball fields coming. They've built a few this year. Washington put in a baseball, softball, and really, I was talking about Northeast Missouri earlier.
Yeah.
Hannibal put in a baseball and softball field. Macon, Mexico, a lot of the South Shelby just put in a turf ball field. So it's coming. We were the second to the last school in the GAC. To put a turf football field in, one of the first to get the baseball field, and I think everybody will follow us this time.
I think that's an interesting, because we were talking with Scott Harris a couple weeks ago on the show, and we were talking about that. And, when you're talking about a Francis Howell or a Fort Zumwalt school district, they have multiple schools, high schools that they got to deal with. I mean, putting turf in four high schools, baseball, that's going to be pretty costly. And when you start, and a ground ball to the first baseman, nice play, and gets the out. That was pretty nonchalant over there from Connor Hankey. And we got one down, moves the runner to third base.
Yeah, it's definitely a big ticket item, and when you got to think about 3 or 4 of them in your district, and then a lot of these schools now, they're already replacing their football fields.
Right.
Their stadium fields, I should say. So you add that into it, it can get pretty costly for sure.
Yeah, they don't last forever, do they?
No, they don't.
Line drive to the right fielder. He's coming up throwing, and the ball's going to be offline, and the runner scores on the sac fly. So Whiteside scores on a sac fly from Siri. That's his second sac fly of the game. And he's got 2 RBIs in the game there.
No, your life of your turf field is they say 10 to 12 years until you need to replace, and that really depends on how well you keep it up and then how much play you have on it. You drive by on Highway 40 and you look over at CBC, and they have people on that field 24/7, and they're replacing their fields a little bit quicker than a lot.
What is the life expectancy of say a football field? Because you're like you said, you're playing multiple sports with, if you got lacrosse, soccer, football. What is the life expectancy of those fields?
Well, I think it's a range. It's a range of 10 to 15 years with normal use, and if you take care of it, they're going to warranty it for 10 years, and I think you can get it.
Oh, the young man. Oh, that hurt. That's a knee into that wall. I hope he's okay. I know everybody's hollering at him, but that hurt. Oh, my goodness.
It caught him off guard a little
Yeah,
bit
it
over
did.
there, right there at the corner.
Oh, boy. I hope he's all right. That hand, he's going to have to. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Well, we'll hope he's okay. No lasting damage there. He's holding his hand. I thought it might have been a knee, but it looks like he caught his hand somehow that way. Oh, man. That's tough. So
Yeah, they brought him in right immediately, so he's got something going. I don't know if he ended up cutting it on that wall or just jammed it into the wall, but
yeah, he went over. So number 12 now, Daniel Hoffman is taking over in right field for Gavin Rydell. So Gavin Rydell is now out of the game with an injury, and Hoffman takes over there. All right, so hope he's okay. Hope it's nothing too serious. And we have Nolan Bohannon stepping in, third baseman. He struck out in his first at bat, and he's swinging a miss, and that's it. So Cox gets out with only 1 run allowed there.
After 4 innings, the Bulldogs lead the Panthers 7-3.
And we've got a 7-3 ball game going into the top half of the 5th inning. Jason, this is a lot of fun, and we appreciate the GAC working with us. I mean, Scott got me the old.
I love that pullover you have there, little cage jacket. It's looking good.
Got to represent the GAC, and I agree with you. And I like that. There's some good conferences out in the western part in Kansas City. There's some really good conferences there. The Ozark down there has some nice conferences, but I mean, when you talk about the GAC, we go wherever we go, we seem to represent very well, no matter what class. And so I think it's one of the strongest conferences in the state, and it is a lot of fun to watch this baseball.
Yes, it is. We're very blessed and spoiled by the quality of baseball we get to see each week.
And when you got guys like Hatchman who are drawing the scouts week in and week out, and we did a couple of the games there, and you got the 50 radar. Well, it ain't 50, but it's about 20.
Yeah.
Radar guns popping up. I mean, that's something you just don't see every day, is it?
No, you don't. It's kind of fun. When we hosted our Troy Baseball Classic there at the beginning of the year, I've got all the scouts reaching out to me and wanting to watch some of these guys, and Hatchman's one of them. And basically these scouts, they're flying in, and they, whether we have rain or storms or whatever it might be, they want to play the game. They're making a special trip in, so it's kind of fun talking to those guys, and you're wanting to help them out, and you're wanting to help the kids out and get those games in for them if they can. But sometimes you don't have much control over that.
No. So we got Holden Carl up. He reached on air, struck out, and he's got a 1-1 count.
I was talking to Andy Zaire on a day that Hatchman was supposed to pitch, and they ended up getting rained out that day. Timberland was supposed to host. And I asked Andy, I said, do you want to move it over to Troy so he can throw and so the scouts can get to see him? And Andy's like, no, it's fine, because we're going to have to play the game at like 8:30 at night. So he was good with just going the next day, and the scouts were able to stick around.
Very good. We're going to look here. We got a new pitcher on the mound. Number 6 is Maverick Shelp. Maverick Shelp has a 3.82 ERA in 11 innings pitched. He's pitched in 6 games. So he's one of their relief guys, and he struck out Holden Carl, and he's now 2-0 to Sam Alice. 2-1. He's working pretty quick here. 7-3 ball game, 5th inning. And that ball's outside. That's ball. So Sam Alice draws the walk on the base on balls. And now Daniel Hoffman, who took over for Gavin Radel in right field, is now up, his first plate appearance. Runner on, squares to bunt, takes a strike. That ball's out, and the throw down, and he is, You heard Jason say, he's out.
That was a heck of a throw by the catcher there.
So a caught stealing on the 2-6 for the second out of Sam Alice. And now we have Hoffman here, 2-1. Sometimes you just see it, don't you?
Oh, man. He caught it just perfectly and put it right on the bag.
Yes, he did. Strike 2. 2-2. Wow. So Shelp has come in, pitched pretty effectively here. Got the help on the caught stealing. He's 3-2 now to Hoffman. Don't want to walk this guy. Extend the inning. Love that. Challenging. Throw that fastball. There you go. I got to ask you, Jason, as we're talking about, because some of these things, it always figures, how much do you guys, and I don't know, these are things I don't know, but, and a ball up gets the base on balls. When you guys talk about districting and we have the conferences and the things of that nature, how much do you do the ADs get input on where your team's district, or is that just strictly Misha?
Okay, so are you talking about the location or the assignment?
The so much. I mean, because you have these conferences, and you get a team like, I think Hal North is in District 3, where most of the rest of the GAC, all the rest I think of the GAC South is in District 4.
Right. So
how do those things work?
So basically, it's all geographic, and they get their pins out on their map for all your Class 6 schools, and they start running rubber bands from one location to another, and try to get the most the geographic range as tight as they can possibly get it.
Gotcha.
And so, depending on where your school sits, you may get shifted. Even the same schools in the same district in the same class, you may be that odd man out going to that next district over. And Howe Central has had that most recently with theirs, and Howe North too. They've been kind of shifted out to a different district than what us and West and Timberland and Liberty and Holt had been in previous years. So kind of crazy how they do that. They don't look at how the roads map out. They look at how a bird flies. And, I first came in, I didn't get it. We were going over in our football conference, and we were in with the Hazelwoods and the McClures while we drove by Holt and Zumwalt West and all these schools to get over there. And the way they explained it was it's not how you get there. You're the northernmost school, and it's closer as a bird flies to get to those schools. So it's kind of crazy how they do it, but that's the way they do it. That's the way they've always done it, and I don't expect them to change anything.
Doesn't look like it, right?
No, we ended up there, and then same thing. We're heading to Columbia. And so we head down I-70 to head down 61 to hit 70 and go right by Holt High School. And while Holt goes to a St. Charles district, and we're heading over to Columbia when they could have beat us to Columbia by 20 minutes. But we were that north school or that further west school. And so it's kind of interesting, but like I said, that's the way they do it.
I always like to have these conversations because I think people think about these. I think parents think about it, right? It's like, what the heck is going on?
Yeah.
And you're always like, well, but there's not a lot of explanation. It's not like that, in my estimation, that Misha doesn't talk. We've had great conversations with Kenny Seifert over there, and now I'm Doug. The baseball.
Doug Fessler.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Doug.
Yeah.
And they've been very open. They've been very honest. They're very transparent about the conversations, which I really like. I think that's cool.
Yeah, they're not trying to hide anything. No. They're doing the best job they can and trying to keep the equity there. And they're not looking at, the GAC South has two of the best baseball schools in the state of Missouri, and we're going to split them up. No, that's just the way it works, and that's the way it works in all your other conferences as well. So a lot of times with Chaminade and CBC in the same conference, and It just works out that way. They're not looking to seed the whole state tournament. They're just looking to seed the districts and go from there.
Cameron Huddleston up to bat. He has lined out to the shortstop, or third baseman in his first at bat, and he's got a 3-1 count. We're going to have Kenny Seifert back on the show, I think in a week or so, maybe even next week, because we're going to talk about, I guess you probably are aware of this, how they're doing the umpires now for the state championships. It's a little different program, and we're going to discuss how they're going to select the umpires for the districts and state championships. Something new, right?
Yeah, and a lot of things changing within the officiating. Misha has partnered with Ref Reps as well to get the curriculum into the schools and get our kids trained and get and earn high school credit while doing that and making money and giving back to their community. So a really good program there. After this spring, our coaches won't be evaluating the officials anymore, rating them. So a lot of things changing, trying to make things better. Kenny's going to retire, but he's left the position. It was a new position, but left that office in better shape than what it was when he came in. He's really done a nice job of getting programs in place and trying to recruit good quality officials.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. He's such a nice guy too.
He's a great guy. I've known Kenny for a long time. In my years at Fulton, coaching softball over there, he was the AD at Moberly. So we go way back with our relationship back to the late 90s and early 2000s. So yeah, great man. He was a great coach and AD and now Misha director. So good man.
That's awesome. Yeah, I met him actually because he was really good friends with my brother-in-law's father, who's a football official, been that way, Emery Deal Day.
Okay, yeah. I know Emery.
Yeah, and that's how he introduced me to Kenny, because we were talking about some of these things. So it's amazing how small everything is, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Cox, again, walks the leadoff, and now he's 3-0. To Linneman. So we're here. This is where he's got himself into trouble with the walks. Huddleston at first, and strike on the outer half, 3-1. Linneman has grounded out both times, walked both times. And he did go for strike 2. 3-2. Couldn't lay off that high cheese. So they ever gonna let you operate the big board out there, Jason?
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know if we have the manpower to do that one. We're kind of limited on our workers here over the next couple days, but talking to David earlier, they're wanting to do some upgrading on their scoreboard. I love the manual board.
Yeah.
Very cool. But he was talking about doing some upgrades to their scoreboards out here.
Very nice. So the K, Linneman goes down on strikes. Austin Bauer up. 1 out, 1 on. Takes strike 1 on the curveball. That's the one thing about Cox. He's got such good stuff. If he pitches himself into trouble, he can usually pitch himself out of it.
Yes, this is the first time seeing him pitch this year, so he's really doing a nice job. And
whenever I've seen Mr. Cox pitch, this has been the thing. He will walk guys, but he'll strike out a bunch of guys too. That's fouled straight back. He's got in the game right now 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got 5 Ks, but he also has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 walks and a hit by pitch. So that's where You have a little good and bad in both.
But like I said, he's got good enough stuff. He can usually get himself out of trouble. So
Right.
he's been able to do that.
Exactly. He's got great run on that fastball. The curveball is really good. It's hard to hit. We got St. Charles West showing up. We got the Orchard Farm Eagles over on the other side. So looking forward to that. Oh, that is a nasty curveball.
Yes, it was. He knew it, too.
Yeah.
That was a late break, and it was nasty.
Tough pitch. Bryce Creighton now, who has struck out and walked. And he's got the runner at first. Wow, that has got such late break, too, on that pitch. Man. Right there, strike one. When you can throw that pitch over for a strike, oh, my gosh. That's just, it's tough on a hitter.
It'd be pretty dangerous for sure.
Swing and a miss, strike two. So, are there any contingencies? You have these games. I know there's no time limit on games in high school, but you are dealing with time limits here today. What do you foresee in those types of things? Is there any contingencies in that respect, or how do you deal with those?
Man, it's really tough here. We're asking them to allow us to come in kind of last minute, within the last 2 weeks of setting this up and doing us a favor. And obviously they want us to be over here, but then they also don't want to upset the person that's coming in at 5:30 either. and we want to respect that as well. So, our coaches kind of understand today is let's get them in, get them out. We'll start the next game as quick as we can, try to get ahead of schedule if we can. And, at the end of the day, we really need to be out of here by 5:30 if at all possible. And, we're going to do shared in and out between games. We're not going to do all the starting lineups. And, we did the national anthem before the first game, but just trying to stay on schedule as best we can and respect that time.
Very good, very good. It is tough, because you don't know. But most high school games go about 2 hours, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And in tournaments, you're able to put a time limit in of 2.5 hours. But in regular season games, at the varsity level, you cannot do that. And there's no international tiebreaker where they put a runner on second base at any point in a regular season game. So, yeah, you just you hope you get good pitching and you hope everybody hustles in and out and get the game within 2 hours and get that next one started on time.
Very good. So Mr. Cox there walks the first batter and then strikes out the side. There it is. That's what we're talking about right there. So we go to the bottom half of the fifth inning. Now the score 7-3 Bulldogs. Jason, I want to thank you for stopping by, man, sharing with us. We'll get Jason back for the next game. Hopefully we'll probably have some listeners. We'll maybe have some other conversations. You're going to be around for
Absolutely.
today, aren't you?
I'll be here all day. And once again, I just really appreciate you guys being here and just love your broadcast and what you're doing for our youth and for our baseball programs here in the GAC and surrounding areas.
Man, I appreciate that very much, Jason. And Jason Smith, folks, he is the athletic director. Is it activities or athletic?
It is activities director.
Okay.
You could say both athletic activities, but they do title it as activities director.
Because it's more than just athletics.
That's right.
There you go. So it is activities director, Troy Buchanan High School, where we will be this Friday night for the Troy Buchanan Trojans versus the North Point Grizzlies. We're looking forward to that. Thank you very much, sir.
Looking forward to having you, and thanks for having me on.
All right, guys. We've got number 6. Number 6, Maverick Schelt back out on the mound. I believe that's who that. I want to make sure before. Yep, Maverick Schelt back on the mound. That is number 6. Lauren, am I correct in that on the mound? Am I seeing the number correctly? Yep. Okay, I just wanted to make sure, man. Sometimes those numbers are hard to see. I'm using my crack engineer and staff over here to make sure we get that done. And he walks the leadoff batter, Jackson Tankersley. And Tankersley, we're in the top of the 6th inning.
Next up for the Bulldogs, pitcher number 23, Carter Cox.
That is the 3rd time Tankersley's been on base. He has 2 singles, a hit by pitch, and now a base on balls. And Cox squares the bunt, and it's bunted foul. And another bunt by Cox, this one down the line. The throw is into foul territory. Tankersley rounds third, stays at third. The throw in. Cox at second on the bunt, on the throwing error. And safely at second. So the throwing error gives the extra base. And now we have Connor Mendel up, who has struck out twice. And we got second and third with no outs. South looking to extend this lead. And Mendel's the guy that can do it. And that ball is fouled back out of play. Strike. Getting a good crowd here. Love it. Thanks for tuning in today, folks. While you're here, ball 1. While you're here, please hit that subscribe button. And then hit that dinger right there next to it, because that's what we do around here. We hit dingers. And he takes strike 2 on the inner half. So we got a 1-2 count to Mendel. We appreciate the support. We recently went over 1,000 subscribers, and we are glad you're joining with us. We got our YBM podcast, YBMcast, and a ground ball to the shortstop coming in. Tankersley is out at the plate on a nice play by the shortstop. So we got the first out on 6-2. Got runners at first and third, 1 out. Fullhorst, who has walked, singled, and flied out to right field. Stolen base, he scored 1 run. Has an opportunity to add to this lead. But we got time here. Time. There you go. We got some great baseball talk with our contributors, from Mitch Thomas to Matt Shadow. Oh, a big healthy cut by Fullhorst. Comes up empty. Strike 2. Or strike 1, excuse me. It's 1-1. Kevin Moulder, all the fellas that help us out on our Tuesdays and have fouled straight back our Tuesday and Thursday YBMcast with our youth baseball talk, our prep baseball talk, Kevin's Game 7's tournament wrap-up shows. We get Dave Penning in there. We just haven't had much luck with the youth tournaments, have we, Lauren? Yeah, it rains on the weekends. It's a bummer right now. We haven't had it. And it's been tough. Yeah, we were out at Ozzy's over here. And that ball gets away from the catcher. And the pinch runner, number 25, Will Gailey, scores on the wild pitch. It's a 2-2 count to Fullhorst. Mendel steals the bag at third. I think we got a pitch runner there. I didn't see. Do you see the number over there, Lauren? I can't see it. 16, that's what I thought. C.J. Witten, as Fullhorst strikes out. Number 18 is the pinch runner. Okay, number 18, that's Connor Mendel. He's running for himself. Sometimes the catcher will, but he's running for himself. So he's at third. We got 2 outs. And a ground ball that's foul. 1 run already in. It's 8-3 in this top half of the 6th inning. The Bulldogs trying to get that Mendel in from third here to add to the lead. Hankey just pokes one over the second baseman. Is it going to fall? It's going to fall in front of the right fielder, and Mendel scores on the RBI single by Connor Hankey.
Now batting for South, second baseman number 2, Holden Carl.
Strike. No, ball inside on Holden Carl. 1-1. 9-3 now. Carl takes a big hack, gets down 1-2, 2 outs. Fouled that one off. Wonder if that went off his big toe. That would hurt. I don't think so. Yeah, that was a strange one. South has just ground out some runs. They've put the ball in play. They've put a lot of pressure on North's defense. A little pop to the second baseman, and he makes the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. And we go to the bottom half of the 6th inning with the score now. Bulldogs 9, Panthers 3. Cox coming out for the sixth inning. He has pitched very well today. He's had now 7 Ks in the game. He has walked or hit the first batter of each inning, I think, all but one time. So let's see if he gets off to a little better start here, and a swing and a miss by Colin Clubb, who leads off the sixth inning for the Panthers. Clubb was hit by a pitch in the second, struck out in the third. Now he is here in the sixth, and he swings and misses, strike 2. Beautiful day out here at Carshield Field, folks. If you get a chance, come on out. If you're got nothing better to do, come out and watch some baseball. It's a great day. There's a charge to get in. It's $5. It helps the schools. That's what this, but for watching some really good baseball today, watching these guys, and Carter Cox punches out Clubb, looking for his 8th strikeout of the day. Whiteside has lined out to the third baseman, walked, and scored a run, and swings at strike 1. Cox is really feeling it, looking good, looking sharp this inning, that fastball. 0-2 now to Whiteside. And a little dribbler. He just caught that curveball as it was breaking down. Goes foul. And strike 3. Goes down swinging for now his 10th K of the ball game. Cox is really starting to just finish this off here. With you have Cox on the mound for the Bulldogs, it's going to be a tough day for whoever he's facing. And that fastball is hit to center fielder, and he's under it, makes the catch. And we have a 1-2-3 inning here, folks, in the bottom half of the sixth inning. Cox in full control. And we have a score 9-3 going to the top of the seventh inning. Shelp is coming back out for another inning of work for the Panthers. He's been pretty good. He gave up a couple runs in the last inning. Walk. A couple of hits. Ball gets away there from the catcher. We got, the umpire been behind the plate. He's been pretty good today. Been pretty consistent, so I really have enjoyed this game. Coach Friedel has his Bulldogs playing pretty well right now. They, and he said that before the game, folks. In the interview, if you remember, he talked about it. He said their strength is their pitching, and we've seen that from Carter Cox. but they grind out at bats. They're putting the ball in play. They're putting guys in motion. They're putting pressure on the defense to make plays, and they've scored 9 runs here today. So a good offensive showing from the Bulldogs. So Sam Hollis is leading off for the Bulldogs here. He's in the number 7 hole. And he swings and fouls the ball straight back, or off to the left, I should say. He is 0 for 2 with a walk today. Takes ball 1. And shoots one foul into the grass down the left field line. 1-2. Ball's outside. We've really enjoyed bringing this game to you here today, folks. And a ball shot out to the center field. He can't get to it. It's going to drop for a line drive single, leadoff single for the Bulldogs. So Alice reaches for the first time today. He's 1 for 3 with a base on balls. We have now Daniel Hoffman, who took over for Gavin Rydell in the 6th inning in the outfield after he ran into the wall over there. Squares the bunt. Bunt pops it foul. We hope that Rydell's hand is okay. He was grasping that as he come off the field, so hopefully we'll get an idea of that. We're going to get some players of the game here as well. And that ball is popped up straight back. The catcher didn't see it. He saw it late. Couldn't get to it. Nice try, diving for that ball. So we got 0-2 now to Hoffman. Shelp goes down 1-2. Down low. And a ball back up the middle past the diving second baseman. Alice will stop at second base, and we got back-to-back singles to lead off this 7th inning. Carter Atkins now steps in. He's got a sack bunt. Scored in the 4th inning. Struck out in the 5th, and now he's got an opportunity. Takes a strike. Here in the top half of the 7th inning. Squares to bunt. Ball is outside. 1-1. See if he squares to bunt here again. It's a little. He's showing it now, and that ball's in the dirt. 2-1. And he bunts down. Pitcher fields at Shelp, makes the play at first base for the first out. So he does the job, gets the runners advanced to second and third now with 1 out, and we have Tankersley up to bat. Tankersley is 2 for 2, hit by pitch and a base on balls. He scored once and it's got an RBI. Takes ball 1. So this is his 5th plate appearance today. He's had a good game. Strike one. And he just pokes one over the first baseman into the corner. That's going to get down for a double, ground rule double, and that's going to score 2 more runs for the Bulldogs. Wow. Tankersley is having himself a day today. 2 more RBIs for him. 3 for 3, hit by pitch, a walk, 3 RBIs, a double, and 2 singles. This kid is, I think he's wanting to be player of the game, right? Wow. Heck of an offensive day for this young man. We might have to have 2 from the Bulldogs, guys. Might have to. Just telling you. Oh, my goodness. Coach is out talking to his pitcher. It's 11-3 Bulldogs. We've got 1 out in the inning. Blues taking a walk out to the mound. Blue Coach and Blues having a little chat. Everybody back to their positions. And we have Carter Cox, who has singled. He's 1 for 4, reached on an error, and shoots a line drive back up the middle. That's going to score Tanker. No, Coach has him stopped at third. So Cox singles. Moves Tankersley to third base, and we got a pinch runner. Courtesy runner, excuse me, for the pitcher. Pitch runner. And we're making a switch here. And we got a pitching change, and that's going to be all for Shelp, as the Bulldogs have added on 2 more runs here in the top half of the 7th inning. And lead 11-3. So who do we have coming out here on the mound? Number 5. Number 5. Drew Riley is now taking the mound for the Fort Zumwalt North Panthers. I believe that's number 5, guys. If you get a chance to look out there for the pitcher, I believe that's a number 5. Check that. It's hard to see on the front side. There it is. Yep, number 5. I was correct. Look at those cat-like eyes, baby. I can see my eagle eyes. I should say eagle eyes. No, I can't see I can't see 5 inches in front of my face. That's terrible. But number 5, Drew Riley, is now in pitching for the Panthers. This is his 2nd game. He's only appeared in 1 other game. Went 2 2/3 innings. Allowed 5 runs, 3 earned, 1 double and 6 hits. So he's in here to try and finish off this game here for the Panthers. 1 out. And he's going to tall task here. He's coming in facing Connor Mendel, Evan Fullhorst, and we'll see what happens from there. 1st and 3rd. And folks, if you, as we've talked about here, we have our shows that we do weekly, our youth baseball talk and our prep baseball talk. If you're here, subscribe, check that out. Hit that dinger next to that, because that gets you all your notifications. We have our YBMcast, where we talk about youth baseball around the Midwest. We talk about prep high school baseball, along with our the great guru, Kevin Moulder. We'll have Kevin Moulder on the call this afternoon for our GAC Game of the Week, coming out for the Francis Howell Central and Francis Howell game. So here we go. Ball inside. So Riley needs to come in and do some work quickly here to get his club back into the dugout. That hit him. So we have a hit by pitch. And we have the bases loaded with one out. Full Horse is up. Full Horse has a base on balls. He's 1 for 3 with a base on balls. And scored a run. He struck out his last at bat, and he's fouled off the first pitch for strike 1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Strike 3. For the second out. Looks like we have a pinch hitter, number 14. Nathan Dersch. Nathan Dersch is had one other plate appearance, and this is his second plate appearance of this season. Takes ball 1. Hitting for Connor Hankey. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Or strike 1. Sorry. And he hits one off the hands to the second baseman who makes the play. And that ends the inning. But the Bulldogs get 2 more runs and go up 11-3 and strand the bases loaded. I love this stuff right here. Cox going out to the mound. 7th inning. Go get that complete game, young man. I like it. So let's see what Zumwalt North has left in this bottom half of the 7th inning. This has been a nice game here. We're gonna have to transition pretty quick here, folks. So once this game ends, we will be ending this stream, and we'll hope to get our players of the game in before that. So my crack team over there is going to have to head over. What do you guys think? Carter Cox? Jackson Tankersley? Yeah, I think we need both those guys. They've both had really good games. We're going to have to get them both on. Yeah, I think so. Man, that's hard to pick, right? How do you pick one? Well, yeah, I mean, but no, Tankersley at the top of that lineup has, he's 3 for 3 with 3 RBIs. I mean, scored a run. That's pert near and a complete game. So that's a couple of dudes right there getting it done. That's what I'm talking about. On the other side for Fort Zumwalt North, I like what Landon Seary's done and his at bats. He's gonna be up to bat here again. He's got 2 RBIs on 2 sac flies, and has been the scoring punch for the Fort Zumwalt North Panthers. And he's done a nice job behind the plate with that pitching staff. So let's see what if North can fight back here. 11-3, it's a pretty good deficit. Carter Cox trying to finish off this complete game. Seary a little late on the fastball. Fouls it straight back. I love the challenge by Cox. Just get out there and go get him, bro. Curveball, strike 2. Ball in the dirt. 2-1. So far, he's got 10 Ks in the game. Six walks. He's hit a couple guys. Hit by pitch, and I think he hit the catcher there in the toe. So we got another hit by pitch. Puts the leadoff runner on. And I think Coach is coming to get his hurler, or he's at least coming to talk to him. So we'll see if Cox stays in the game. Nope. Coach is going to take the ball. That's a nice game by Carter Cox. That's a heck of a game. He pitched very well today. 10 Ks. He did have the 6 walks, a couple of hit by pitch, so I mean that's kind of where you get. But he, like I said, I think this young man pitches himself into trouble and out of trouble just as well. Gabe Smith now coming on to pitch for the Bulldogs. Number 9. Looks like this may be the first appearance for Mr. Smith, as we don't have any stats on him just at this point. So there you go. So first appearance for Mr. Smith. So we're gonna get we're seeing somebody for the first time, as you are, folks. So hey, let's have some fun with it. So the leadoff runner for the Panthers is on in Landon Seary. Nolan Bohannon is being pinch hit for. We got number 21. Number 21 is coming up to bat here for the Panthers. Jackson Pullman is pinch hitting for Bohannon. Swing and a miss. Back pick. Oh, close play, close play. So that looked like it was a ball. 1-1. So Pullman. Seary's got his lead. Mendel has great throws with that back pick, and he pops him up. Foul territory. It's going to be out of play into the seats here. No souvenirs for the fans today, folks. It's got to go back. 1-2 to Pullman. Sun getting higher in the sky. Nice, bright, sunny day. And strike 3 to Pullman on the curveball. Gets him looking. Huddleston now, who is 0 for 1 with a base on balls. Stands in. Siri at the bag over there. Takes strike one. Swing and a miss, strike two. Huddleston down 0-2 now. One out. Gabe Smith trying to finish this off, his first appearance of the season for the Bulldogs. And a line drive back up the middle by Huddleston. Keeps the inning alive, keeps it going. We got first and second with one out. Top of the order, Linneman coming up to bat. Linneman has two base on balls and a K. He's 0 for 1. He's got an opportunity here to get some runs going. Ball one to Linneman. They're working that runner at second. Fastball, back pick, safe, and strike one. 1-1 to Linneman. Fastball on the outer half. I love that snap throw by Mendel. You can't cheat on him too much. You go to sleep, you're going to be thrown out. He already threw a kid out at second base on a back pick with a tremendous throw. And a ground ball to the shortstop, could be two. He's out at second, and the throw, not in time. So Linneman beats out the double play. We got first and third with two outs. So Linneman reaches on the fielder's choice. Austin Bauer is up now. He's had a sac bunt, reached on the fielder's choice and struck out, looking. So he's got an opportunity to score a run here. And he's swinging a miss on a curveball. Nice block by the catcher, Mendel. He's done a great job back there today. Strike one. South trying to finish off this game here. Fouled straight back. Strike two. Oh, nice work by the catcher, Mendel. That's a great block. Kept that runner at first base. 2-2. We have a GAC North battle for you next up, folks. Another ball. Base stolen by Linneman. North battle between St. Charles West and Orchard Farm Eagles. It'll be a fun game. Looking forward to that one. So when we get done here, we will have another feed up. And that ball is fouled off the big man. So just if you're watching here and you want to keep watching, if you're interested in watching some more baseball, listening to the ball game, we will end this feed. We will end this live stream, and we will start a new live stream with the next game. So just an FYI there, folks. Austin Bauer now 0-2. Smith sets and deals. Curveball, strike 3 to end the game for the Bulldogs. Wow, we're going to have some totals for you and some interviews. Hang in here. We're going to get some interviews with our players of the game from the South Bulldogs and the North Panthers. We'll be right back. All right, folks, we're getting these young men over to talk to us here. We get these interviews. Let's get some totals while we're here. For Fort Zumwalt South, hits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, no. Yep. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hits. 11 runs, 12 hits. They had some base on balls. They were just very good today at the plate, grinding out at bats. Carter Cox was tough in the mound. And for Zumwalt North, their offensive woes continue. They struggled. They got walks, but once they were on base, they could not really do anything much with it. Siri has the 2 RBIs on the sac flies, and that was pretty much the scoring for the Panthers. They did score the run on the pass ball, but as far as the RBIs are concerned, you had Siri who did most of the damage there. So we got that 11-3 final. We're getting ready for the Eagles and the Warriors. So we're hoping to get our guys. Oh, here they are. They just hit me in the back of the head. Somebody sit down there. Somebody come over here. Got to put those on for me, guys. Headphones right there. All right. I don't have a chair for you. I'm sorry, bro. Okay. We got turn on the microphone. Turn on the microphone. And speak directly into him. Okay. We're joined here by our players of the game from the Fort Zumwalt Bulldogs. I'm going to go with the offense first. No offense, Mr. Cox.
Yes,
but Mr. Tankersley, wow. You had a big day, buddy.
Thank you.
You were 3 for 3, a couple of walks, 3 RBIs,
Sir.
a double, 2 singles. What'd you see?
As a leadoff hitter, I always sit fastball. I like to see the fastball first pitch. So Coach Drew always tells me first pitch fastball, you got to swing at it. And at least for 2 of my bats, 2 first pitch fastballs, and I just swung.
Yeah.
Not hitting them.
How'd that one in the backfield though?
The one to right.
No, the one hit in the back.
Yeah, got me in the left tricep. Didn't feel good. I got hit there yesterday during practice by Coach Mitchell, so right in the same spot. Didn't feel good, I'll tell you that.
You guys have you've been grinding some wins offensively. It's been there and back. So how does this feel for you today, getting on?
It feels great. I mean, I'm just trying to do my part, help my team out, and yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful day. Hang in there, Mr. Cox.
Yes, sir.
Doing it on the mound, bro.
Trying.
Yeah, trying. Look, it was funny. I was sitting here. I was saying to the folks who were broadcasting the game, I said, he's pitched himself into trouble and just pitched himself right out of it.
Well, yeah. I mean, I obviously can't walk that many. Got to start off with a strike, just, throw strikes, really. I feel like if I don't walk anybody, that's a completely different game for me. I go all 7. So kind of upset with myself. Obviously, I'm glad we got the win, but you can't walk that many people.
You did. You had 10 Ks on the day.
Right.
So your curveball, your curveball was working today for the most part. I think you were throwing it for strikes. How'd you feel about that pitch today?
Great. I mean, the curveball was helping me out in the first few innings when I couldn't throw my fastball for a strike. I come to the curveball and get him there. But without that, I feel like I don't even get through the game, to be honest.
But you held him in check. Like I said, you pitched yourself right out of trouble when you got into it. So I think that says a lot for you as a pitcher. What kind of mentality when you get into those situations? Where do you go in your mind, bud?
It's just I feel like I've worked so hard in the off season and everything. I just tell myself I worked too hard to pitch bad because. I mean, I have, man. I just go to a place in my head where I feel like, I know I'm going to get out of it. There's no doubts in my mind. I just try to do me, for real.
Very good. Hey, congrats on the win today, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Very, very good showing for both Jackson Tankersley, great offensive game. Carter Cox, big time on the mound, and gets an 11-3 win. Our players of the game for the Fort Zumwalt Bulldogs, congrats, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
I got something for you too, fellas.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Siri, hang in there.
Logan Siri, yeah.
Logan.
No, I'm the third baseman. Yeah.
There you go, bro.
Appreciate it.
Sure.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.
All good. You're all good. No, you're good.
All right, folks. We've got Logan Siri actually on here. We've been calling him Landon. I guess that's your brother.
Yep.
So my apologies and to that, but tough loss today.
Yep.
And you guys kind of been struggling. Today you had a couple of sac flies, got some RBIs, got the ball up.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'd like to have more.
Yeah.
But
especially as a team, yeah.
yeah, talk to us about some of the struggles there, bud.
I mean, we're just taking too many pitches, and I think it's just a mental game for us. I mean, we're really not playing horrible ball. It's just we make an error, and then it just kind of goes downhill from there.
Yeah.
Our pitching, it was all right. Just more strikes. I mean, they were hitting the ball. They can hit.
Yeah.
They can hit, and when you got a guy throwing like that, and like Carter, I mean, it's just.
It is that way.
Yeah.
Right?
When you got a great pitcher and guys who can just rake, I mean, it happens.
You had a couple of good at bats. Like I said, you got the ball up at the time. You got your 2 sack flies. How'd you feel at the plate today?
I just tried to stay short and just hit the ball to right field. I knew we faced him last year, and I think he had a no-hitter last year too. So I knew he was going to have his stuff as he was on today. I was just looking fastball and curveball just. I mean, that's really all it was.
Very good, very good. So, and you were behind the plate today. I thought Stahl pitched pretty well.
Yeah.
He didn't pitch badly.
Yep.
So, your thoughts from behind the plate for today?
His off speeds were on, his breaking balls were on. He just, whenever he left the fastball up, they weren't missing. If he threw the fastball anywhere above the knees, they were ready, they were on it. Again, our defense just made a couple errors, and it's just mental. I think. Mason plays with so much passion, and I think he just plays with his heart on his sleeve a little bit.
Yeah.
And I had a talk with him before the game. I'm like, hey, man, you cannot you give up 20 runs, you give up 0 runs. You cannot play with emotion because they will eat off of that, and they did. They got the chirps going and everything. So I thought he pitched a good game.
Yeah.
We're going to have to bounce back tomorrow.
Absolutely. Logan Seary, our player of the game for the Fort Zumwalt North Panthers. Congrats, bud.
Thank you.
I know you want a different – good luck tomorrow,
Yeah.
okay?
We're going to try and bounce back tomorrow. Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Logan Seary, appreciate your time,
Thank
young
you.
man. All right, folks. That's all for this game. And we appreciate you joining with us. We'll be back for the Orchard Farm St. Charles West game. And for now, so long.